Good evening and welcome to Rewind for February 18th. Here's a look at today's top stories.
And we'll start tonight with gas thefts in Kirkwood. Neighbors in the community telling us that somebody's stealing the gas right out of their cars.
Jimmy Kennedy has the story.
What else to really do? How to prevent it?
And what Nick Trujillo would like to prevent is this. What you are looking at, according to Trujillo, is a hole drilled into the gas tank of his truck. And unsurprisingly, he says that's not meant to be there and wasn't there before he left town this past weekend.
Got in the car, started up, noticed that the car was empty of gas, and I was thinking to myself, I thought I filled up prior to leaving, but maybe not. So I'm driving to go pick up food, stop at the gas station, start filling up with gas, and there's gas is just spewing everywhere. I got underneath the car, looked at it, and there was a hole in the bottom of the gas tank, and yeah, wasn't sure how that happened.
Luckily, he was around the corner from his house in Kirkwood and there was enough gas to get home. He looked where he had parked the truck and found drill shavings and gas stains.
It's pretty apparent that it was a drill was there was a hole drilled in the tank.
Curious, he says he posted about the incident and found other gas victims.
My wife went to drive off and there was some weird noises from the engine. Long story short, it turned out that somebody had drilled a hole in the bottom of the tank and drained the gas.
Christopher Vichelkovsky's gas theft happened a couple of weeks ago and only a 3-minute drive from where Trujillo's truck was parked.
It was highly annoying. It feels like a crime against your property and your person. We have kids.
The high price of gas has been a hot topic and means all three are even more out of pocket than just a trip to the gas station.
And I understand, like, it hurt, pumping 19 gallons in the car is like $60 or whatever. But, I feel like drilling holes in people's tanks, maybe not the best way to get gas.
Trujillo says that he has called police about the matter and says that now he will be parking his car in his driveway in the hopes that it won't get drilled again. In Kirkwood, Jamie Kennedy, CBS 46 News.
A crime alert in Atlanta. Police trying to track down whomever killed a 72-year-old taxi driver and stole his cab. Investigators found the abandoned taxi this morning. Frederick Amirajay was shot Tuesday morning at the Centennial Place Apartments. Police say he was dropping off a passenger when he pulled a gun, shot the driver, and stole the cab.
You can argue. You don't have to take somebody's life because it's not yours to take. And I just want to tell those that did it, are they happy now?
I would say you need to turn yourself in because that's somebody's life that you cut short, and that no amount of money or argument was worth, what you're now gonna be faced with. So at least you can give yourself that dignity.
Police are still looking for the shooter tonight. So far, he has not been identified.
New tonight, a Spalding County teacher arrested, accused of hitting a student. Cassandra Barlow teaches at Kennedy Road Middle School in Griffin. Investigators say Barlow walked into her class and saw a student sitting at her desk. She reportedly grabbed a laptop charger and swung it at the student. She missed, but she hit another child in the head. Barlow is now charged with battery and simple assault. She is on administrative leave.
Developing tonight, the defense rests in the hate crimes trial for 3 men who killed Ahmaud Arbery. Closing arguments are now scheduled for Monday. CBS 46's Haley Mason joins us live in Brunswick explaining the courtroom arguments from both sides tonight. Haley, good evening.
Good evening, Sean. The last witness that the Department of Justice brought on said she met Greg McMichael 7 years ago and hasn't spoken with him since. But she is the witness that the U.S. Department of Justice decided to close their case with. The Department of Justice has called its last witness, Carol Sears, a woman from New York who says she met Greg McMichael in 2015, and the interaction has stuck with her ever since. She says McMichael, at the time an investigator for the Glenn County District Attorney's Office, was driving her and her daughter back to the airport after a court hearing. Sears says she just learned that civil rights leader Julian Bond from Atlanta had died. She said out loud, quote, "I just heard that he passed away and I feel terribly." She says McMichael said, "Terrible? I wish the guy had been in the ground years ago. All these blacks are nothing but trouble. I wish they all would die." The woman testified that Greg McMichael then went on a rant about black people. It was terrible and had such meanness and ugliness about a whole race of people, she said. Meanwhile, earlier, Travis McMichael's former supervisor at the Metzen Marine took the stand. Joseph Mandela says Travis called him after the shooting but was dishonest about what happened. Mandela said he believed the person that had been doing the break-ins is the person he shot and killed. He says the person attacked him. But the supervisor asked if the shooting happened inside of McMichael's home. Travis told him no, it was outside, out front. Mandela testified that McMichael told 2 supervisors that same story, that he was attacked outside his home. But 3 months later, the video came out. Mandela testified, a guy at work came to the manager and told him a video of the shooting was on YouTube. I went in and watched with coworkers. I was shocked and upset. What he told me was a lie. That was not what happened on video. After calling a single witness, the defense rested their cases. We weren't expecting that to be the case, but 2 defendants offering no defense. Only 1 witness called on behalf of Greg McMichael. We know the closing arguments are set to begin at 9:30, and we anticipate that they will go on late into the day before the jury even gets this case. And so this trial could be wrapping up by midweek next week. Right now, a quiet scene outside the federal courthouse. Around me, we'll be bringing you more updates as this story develops. Reporting live outside of the federal courthouse in Glenn County, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.
Atlanta renters being pushed to the financial breaking point.
Some people are now being asked to pay hundreds of dollars more this year compared to last. Average rent in the city of Atlanta up nearly 18% compared to the start of 2021. That's according to apartmentlist.com.
CBS 46's Adam Murphy live in Midtown with the impact the problem is having on thousands of renters in our area. Adam.
Well, good evening, guys. The impact is quite significant. I spoke with many renters outside this apartment complex right here off 14th Street, and those I spoke with said they will be forced to cut out dining or entertainment from their budget, and in some cases, people told me they are now looking for second jobs.
Midtown living is booming, but there is one thing going up faster than apartments in Metro Atlanta.
It went up like $100, $150.
And it's gone up now almost $200, like $160 almost.
The most I've heard is maybe $150, $200.
Rental rates are on the rise. And according to an economist with Zillow, there is no relief in sight.
What we've experienced really over the last, couple of months has been this huge increase in rent prices. Double-digit increases for one thing, but in Atlanta, over 20% yearly appreciation in rent prices.
Economist Nicole Bichot told CBS 46 that renters will most likely encounter an even bigger bump in rent this summer during the rental craze, when many people's leases are up for renewal.
The typical rental unit is over $300 more expensive now than it was 1 year ago, which is a huge portion of a lot of people's budgets, to just start forking out another $300 a month to stay in their rental unit.
My lease is going to expire, and I'm pretty much bracing for it at this point. It's probably going to go up another $100 or $200.
And it's ridiculous because it's like our hourly wage, our salary isn't going up.
The rising rent is also impacting many businesses. Moe's Barbecue in Midtown Atlanta announced online they will be closing their doors permanently at the end of the month.
I pray for myself, my family, and everybody to get through these difficult days.
And back out live here in Midtown Atlanta, there are a couple of options renters should consider that could help them make ends meet. One, check with your local government about rental assistance programs. There might be some money available for you there. Second, it may be cheaper right now actually to buy a home and pay a mortgage than have to pay these rising rent rates. We're live in Midtown Atlanta. Adam Murphy, CBS 46 News.
Brand new details tonight. An arrest is made in the shooting death of a security guard outside an Atlanta nightclub. Damon Wilson is now charged with murder. Investigators believe he killed Tashawn Ross after being asked to leave Encore Hookah and Bistro earlier this month. Investigators are still looking for another suspect.
A brawl outside of an Atlanta MARTA station ends with a car crashing into a power pole. An Uber driver recorded the fight outside the Lindbergh station overnight. During the fight, the man jumped into separate cars and began speeding down the road. Moments later, one of those cars slammed into a pole. We're told 2 people were taken to a hospital. The crash knocked out power to more than 1,000 customers. It has since been restored.
New tonight, Governor Kemp is back on the campaign trail just 3 months before the Republican gubernatorial primary.
I'm fighting literally every day for what Georgians want, great economy, getting our kids back in the classroom, having safe communities, supporting our law enforcement, supporting our troops, making sure that we can continue to worship here in our state and a lot of other things.
The governor met with supporters in Gainesville today. He's facing former U.S. Senator David Perdue in the May primary.
Thanks for watching CBS 46 News. Watch us live wherever you are, our mobile and our streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.